You got it locked on Roadium Radio.
Due to circumstances beyond anyone's control, Dr. Dre is in the motherfucking house. So right about now, and I say, yo Steve, are you with me? ICE, are you with me?
Here's a little something about a nigga like me that never should've let me buy tape from Steve. Ice Cube would like to play dope shit mixed by Dr. Dre. And since I was a youth, I like COMPTON. Now I like the motherfucking Roadium. Buying a tape or two, that's what the hell I do. You don't like Tony A? Well, fuck you, this is a game, and I'm in it. Ice Cube will fuck you up in a minute with a right, left, right, making you sick. And then you see Tony A is on the mix.
Tony A. Tony A. When you're ready, go.
Welcome back, everyone, to Roadium Radio, episode 250. And before I introduce my very special guest, I know many of you have tuned in because you guys are excited to hear his story and to hear from him. Many of you submitted many questions. Some good, some not so good, but it doesn't matter. We're going to ask, and he's here. So once again, by the end of this month, my website will be back up. We have been under construction with that website for a minute, but for those of you that are interested, you could DM me and I'll still send you the website that is still under construction, but you can still order t-shirts. So by the end of the month, it should be back up, possibly with a new domain name. So other than that, continue to submit your music to roadiumradio@gmail.com, roadiumradio@gmail.com. Sometimes I try to slow myself down because I talk too fast. But you guys can submit your music, submit your bio, submit videos. That's very important to us. So other than that, you know what? I don't have too much to share, but if I do, I'll say it before we go to break or when we come back from break. So other than that, to introduce, I'm very excited to introduce my very special guest, the one and only Scar.
Hey, what's up? What's up? It's good to be here, man. Thanks for everybody tuning in.
Man, thank you for being here, man. You know what? It's a Sunday, and you could have been home watching basketball, but you're here.
Yeah, well, I don't watch basketball, but I could have been at work. I could have been working, but I felt like I have a message, and I want people to hear it, so I took that time off of work to be here. You see, people don't know I work 24/7, man. There's no days off, but today I had to, to me, this is work, just trying to put my message out there for you guys. So thanks for tuning in.
That'll work. You know what, man? It's very hard many times to see a commercial or to see a movie without you in it. You know?
Oh yeah, not even like that. I think, well, I mean, maybe other stuff, but commercials, maybe not yet. I think for me, it's a little bit, it's a little bit harder with these face tattoos because a lot of people think I could just get anywhere, but it's not that. A lot of times, for stuff like that, they don't really call on people like me, but for like music videos, like movies, other stuff like that, yeah. But commercials, I'm still trying to get my foot in there.
Well, I saw you in a black and white one not too long ago.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one was about pushing the agenda of Christianity, you know, just trying to get people involved. But I think the reason why I did it was kind of to show people, like, look, like, I mean, it's a positive message. It's about just people judging you for what you look like, and it's always good to be a part of projects like that break that stereotype.
Yeah.
If you guys have a chance, you can watch it on YouTube. It's called He Gets Us. It's playing everywhere on commercials. It got 65 million views on YouTube in just 2 months. So I'm glad to be a part of that, and I'm glad to get to show people what it's all about, just being positive and breaking out that stereotype.
Yeah, you know, and the reason I read this quote, I think it's a powerful quote, and it says, the reason why people judge the book by its cover is because they can't read. Mm-hmm. A lot of times they'll just look at you for what you look like, but don't get to know you, don't get to know your heart, don't get to know you as a person. Mm-hmm. So they just kind of just pass you off as, okay, he's just some essay dude.
Yeah, you know, and I don't blame you for judging me, but you know, actions speak louder than words. So just judge me, but what I do, I understand a lot of homies like have a bad reputation, you know, but at the end of the day, we're just, regular people, fathers, and, trying to, provide for our families. A lot of us have lived through that life, and now we're trying to, make it right and show the next generation a better way, because I think a lot of this generation is lost, thinking that it's cool to, like, destroy ourselves and be against each other. But that's not what it's all about. It's about taking care of your family, taking care of your community. We gotta learn. We gotta learn from our mistakes. We can't keep making the same mistakes. We live in 2022, and we gotta show the next generation a better way, because if not, it's just gonna be a cycle. It's just gonna keep going over and over. And I'm trying to show the next generation a better way by doing these videos and doing something positive instead of something just typical, stereotypical. I'm trying to show them a better way.
That's awesome, man. You know what? One of my favorite movies came out in 2017, and a lot of people have not seen it. I watched it on, I want to say, Amazon Prime, and you had a very, very short cameo on there. Okay, the first time I saw it, I didn't recognize it because the cameo was kind of quick. Mm-hmm. But I went to see it again not too long ago, and you had a cameo in a movie called American Satan.
I don't even remember. I mean, so much stuff. Like, I don't know.
This was about a rocker that makes a deal with the devil. Oh, okay. And the devil opens the doors, and he becomes like pretty much a celebrity overnight. And then he goes and buys heroin, and then you give it to him or whatever. It's in the movie,
I gotta see it.
Yeah.
So it's my fault, huh?
No.
It's my fault that he did heroin?
Well, so you were the dealer in the movie.
What's it called? American Satan?
American Satan.
Yeah, I'm in so many projects. It's hard for me to keep up with them. Sometimes I forget. Unless people tell me about them, that's how I know that I was in it.
Right. So it's possible that you do so much work, they pay you, shake your hand, ya estuvo, and then you kind of forget about it?
Yeah, until the next project,
Yeah.
Isn't Chuck in there or some wrestlers or something?
No. This is all about rock music, like American Satan.
I do remember making that transaction. And you know what? The way I got that role, I was just on set, just, being there, and they liked the way I looked, and they picked me. They were like, hey, can you come and do this action scene? I was like, dope. Yeah, sure. So you never know, like, what's going to happen on set. You don't know if you're just going to be in the back, or they're going to, like, promote you to, like, do an action move or do something. Like, every day on set, it's an opportunity to just showcase who you are and what you can do. And I'm glad you were able to see that.
Yeah. Here's another one, and then I'm going to change the subject because I want to answer some questions. Another one that I seen you in, another short cameo, was a movie que se llama Peppermint.
Oh, Peppermint.
Yeah. You know what? Look, if you really look at the movies, I think the movie's a great movie, okay?
Yeah, you guys watch Peppermint. It's pretty cool. It's
yes.
about, it's so, that movie is just... It's just so stereotypical, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's just a movie. But
it's just a movie.
They killed so many homies in that movie, and I'm the only one that didn't get killed in that movie. So they should make part 2.
Yeah.
Me against her, taking the revenge on the homies. But now, seriously, I was in the scene where she shoots me. What's her name?
Is it Jennifer something?
I don't know.
Yeah, I forgot.
Whatever her name is, she shot me in the scene, and I fell back and on the wall. And then fell on the floor, but they never show. It never made the cut. So it's a lot of stuff that sometimes it doesn't make the cut, so you don't see it at the end of the clip. But if you watch the movie, I'm right there being a bodyguard when she's trying to infiltrate the piñata factory.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. You guys should watch it. It's called Peppermint.
Yeah.
And if you guys watch it, I get paid, because if you guys rent it, buy a DVD or anything like that, I get this thing called residuals, which I get money for you guys watching it. So go support it.
Go support it. I actually even bought the Blu-ray. I collect Blu-rays, so I still buy Blu-rays. But I remember that movie, because if you really look at it, okay, once again, everybody, if you haven't seen it, just keep in mind that it's just a movie. It's Hollywood. But it's about a soccer mom that takes out all the homies.
Man, really cool. Like, there's this scene where they got like the cartel members on a merry-go-round just hanging like some... TJ style murder. Like, man, it's crazy. Like, this girl gets wild on the homies. I don't know who thought about that story, but like you said, it's just a movie.
Yeah. But okay, now for people that may not know, or people that are just barely just hearing of Scar, where exactly are you from? Like, where were you raised at?
I was raised in in LA on the low bottoms area on the east side of LA, not to be confused with East LA. It's on the other side of the river. It's a very small community. It's right before South Central. I always lived there my whole life, and I'm still there. A lot of people think that I went Hollywood and got out the hood. Like, no, I still live in the hood. I walk my neighborhood. I'm very close with my community, with the street vendors, the business owners, the market. I know everybody in my community. I'm always walking in my community. I know a lot of people are always screaming out my name when I'm walking the streets, and people know, like, I'm just out here, representing, just being a person just like you guys. I'm just like anybody else. If I gotta go grocery shopping and you see me walking down the street with my groceries, like, that's just me. That's just who I am. Or, I gotta run errands. Like, I'm just in the area, man. I haven't gone Hollywood. Like, I feel like we gotta make our communities better, and that's what it's all about. Like, bringing what you can from outside of the hood and bring it to the hood.
You know what? Many times I take a walk, like, through my neighborhood, whether I go to a park, whether I go to a Tommy's Burgers, whether I go to the donut shop, the tea shop, whatever. I walk my neighborhood and I always get out of the homies. Hey, what's up, Tony? Hey, what's up, Tony? And it feels good, to be quite honest with you, because it's not. So some people may say, well, aren't you trying to get out of the hood? Well, I feel that I did, but I'm still live here.
Yeah. If you can't go back to your neighborhood, like, that tells you a lot. A lot of people, criticize, like, I don't know, just people in general for, like, still living in the hood. The hood is a really good place. It's on us to make it, make it better,
Absolutely.
And you know what, the thing is that we're in Wilmington. He didn't tell, I didn't know where the podcast was going to be at. So when I heard Wilmington, I was like, wait, hold up. Like, I'll go anywhere else except Wilmington. Like, every time I get locked up, the first people you hear is Wilmington. Wilmas is always, like, putting it down. I know it's a dangerous area. And I know if Superman was real, he wouldn't come to Wilmington because, the homies would jump his ass. But yeah, I heard a lot about Wilmington. It's good to be here. They're always putting it down for just putting it down,
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And big shout out to my neighborhood, and we welcome you, Carnal. So what elementary, if you don't mind me asking, junior high school and high school did you attend?
Damn, my parents moved around a lot. Like, if you guys know, the elementary, Norwood Elementary, it's by Washington and Norwood. It's by Pico Union. I went to 28th Street School. I went to Trinity. I went to Wadsworth Elementary, and then I went to Jefferson High School. Well, hold on. Before that, I went to Carver Middle School, which is right there on Vernon and McKinley. I grew up all in that area. People don't know, and then when people see me in the streets, they're like, what are you doing here? Like, well, I live here. Like, this is where I live here my whole life, and
right. You know what it is? It's that they trip out that they see you on the big screen, and then they see you walk in the neighborhood. It's almost unbelievable. Okay, so that's the reaction. Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I get asked that, like, either I'm doing laundry, or even going to the 99-cent store just to get a few things. Like, I'm just a person like all of you guys. I just took a different avenue in my life. I decided to pursue one of my goals, which was always to be in film and represent. Really, that's all I'm trying to do, is represent for everybody that's here and that can't be here and that's not here anymore. Trying to show them, what it's all about. Like, we're strong, dedicated, hardworking people, and that's what I do. That's what I'm gonna do, and that's what you're gonna see me do, is just uplift my people, get them. Getting them to pursue and follow their dreams, and just, if I could do it, you could do it too.
Absolutely. That's a very positive message you're pushing there, especially you saying, if I can do it, you can do it too. Because there's a lot of people, but I do want to say, and I don't know if you've ever been approached this way, Scar, can you help me out, man? Can you get me on the big screen? One thing, when people tell me, can you teach me how to DJ? Can you produce for me? Can you get me in videos? One thing I always like to ask, okay, look, before we even get there, what are you doing for yourself? Because one time I've heard this quote, and it made all the sense in the world to me. Many people want the elevator to success, but sometimes you have to take the stairs. And some people don't want to take the stairs. They want the elevator, so they'll look at a person like you, they'll look at a person like me. There's the easy way up. How can you get me in? Sometimes you got to do your own hustle. when people like me and you see them doing their own hustle, then, you know, if there's an opportunity, then I'll say, hey, ¿sabes qué? I see you hustling. I see you working. I see what you're doing. There might be a possible gig for you. Do you get a lot of people that approach you? Can you hook me up?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, people ask me, you know, that they want to be in the film, they want to do it, and a lot of people don't know, but every day of the week I'm booking people, I'm getting people jobs, getting people to, you know, see what it's all about being on film. I help out everybody I can, everybody that tells me, and you see, people don't know, but I've been helping a lot of people getting to where they're at, but getting them to experience this this whole being in front of the camera, you know, just getting them to do something different than their 9 to 5. But a lot of times people that tell me they want to do it, they can't make the time to do it when it's time. Like, I understand people got regular jobs or want to spend time with the family, but that's what doing this is all about, making that sacrifice. And a lot of people don't know that I have to make a sacrifice in my life to do what I'm doing. I'm not living a 9 to 5 job. Like, this is what I do for a living. So I understand when other people can't do what I do, but I still try to get people involved as much as possible. That's why I'm actually in the works of starting my own casting agency. I already do it. This is nothing different, but now I want to give me a roster and get people more involved, kids, adults, seniors, anybody could do it. You don't gotta have tattoos, you don't gotta be a homie, you could look like any way possible, because they want a little bit of everything. And that's what I'm gonna do, is that just make it official and just get people that wanna get in front of the camera. Just hit me up, and we're gonna start our own casting agency and just get show kind of, I want to get the people in the community involved, kind of show our stories, show our faces, because a lot of the times we're not getting out there, so we can't complain when they're not putting our stories out there. We got to get up and go out there and represent. So that's all I'm doing.
Yeah. You know, do you come from a big family? Like, do you have a lot of brothers and sisters?
Yeah. You know, my mom and I have 3 sisters and 2 brothers. So that's I grew up with a pretty big family, and now we're even bigger, because I mean, I got kids, my nieces got kids, like, you know, so it extended more. And that's one thing about Hispanic families, we're always big on,
or rabbits,
something like that, you know. But yeah, we're big on tradition. We're big on, you know, just staying as close as possible. I know a lot of times it's hard to keep relationships strong with family, but that's what it's all about. It's all about family, because at the end, that's all you're gonna have is family. You know, friends come and go, but family is something that we gotta definitely stick it out to the end. We can't keep separating from our traditional cultures, because at the end, no one's gonna know how to keep the family tight. Like, I think a lot of families are being separated now, and I think it's just something that we got to work on. Yeah,
absolutely. As far as growing up there, what you were sharing, you said it was your city's actually right before South Central.
The low bottoms.
The low bottoms. Did you play any sports growing up?
Any sports?
Or just like ghetto baseball?
Really, not really. My parents wouldn't really let me join any teams. I was kind of just home, just watching TV. Sports, nah, it's never really. I don't really like. I like to play sports, but I don't really ever play them.
Okay, are you a fan of boxing? You know, because
yeah, I like boxing. I like watching it. I like watching Mike Tyson. But there's a lot of. I like watching a little bit of everything when it's not like the main event. But other than that, I'm not really a sports type of person. I think life is just crazy enough. Life is like a video game to me. It's just, you know, just one obstacle over another, and we just got to keep going, keep finding a way, you know, finding the secrets. And, you know, life is too exciting for me to even think about sports.
Okay. I'm a big sports guy, bro. And today I was watching, if you guys didn't watch the game, the Boston Celtics took out Milwaukee, and they're about to play Miami starting on Tuesday, so I can't wait. Even though none of those teams are my teams, I'm a big-time Lakers fan, Dodgers fan, but at the same time, I'm a big-time Dallas Cowboy fan, and football, college, Notre Dame. So I like teams from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But Dodgers and Lakers is my team. So I thought maybe you're from here. You might have been. But I get it. Some people are just not into it. But,
but you know, either ways, you know, the Lakers are on top. The Rams are on top. Like it's all about LA. No matter what, you know, we support our teams. Even though like maybe we don't have to be into sports, but definitely LA has a lot of champions. You know, like the Dodgers. You know what I mean? We're all about winning. So that's what we're trying to do, and just keep winning, you know?
Absolutely, man. You know what? Since you are into filming, being in movies, being an actor, growing up, were you a big-time movie guy?
Yeah, you know, I like watching Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was like my idol, watching
Really?
Conan, Red Sonja, Terminator, just all his movies were just very impactful to me. And I will always say that I want to be a movie star like him. Like I will always say that in elementary. And I mean, I'm not a movie star yet, but I am in that industry. And I got to work with official Terminator promotions through Universal Studios. So that's like a dream come true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always said since I was a kid that I wanted to be a movie star. And then, you know, it just came to materialization. It just happened. Like I think a lot of times if you speak it, it might turn into reality. Like
right,
it's true what they say, because I would always say that, and I would always daydream what would it be to be famous. Like what would it be for people to come up to me? Would I get tired, or will I, like, you know, maybe get them like away? But actually, it's pretty cool. It's pretty humbling to be approached by kids, by even seniors. Like all kind of people approach me all the time. Teenagers, they tell me they love what I do, and for them to tell me that they love what I do, like I know that I am making a positive impact, because if you follow me or if you see some of the things that I do, I try to keep it positive, because it's so easy to be destructive. It's so easy to promote violence, but to actually show people a better way and show them unity, get involved in your neighborhood. Like if you've seen some of my activist videos, my marches, helping out the vendors, helping people out, like, you know, that's what I'm trying to do, just for people to see what I'm doing, and hopefully they can, you know, like keep doing it too. You know, just leading by example.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. You know, now as far as Arnold Schwarzenegger, other than him, were you like a Rambo or a Sylvester Stallone fan as well?
Oh yeah. You see, I grew up in that era, Rambo and Van Damme. I grew up like when movies were movies. You know, it was like just real explosions, not, you know, all this computer animated stuff you see now. Like, yeah, I did grow up admiring those guys, and I think that's what is motivating me to get to the next level. I done all the prison roles and the bad guy role. Now we gotta turn ourselves into superheroes. You know, we gotta show the kids that we can be superheroes too, and that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to show kids a better way, and what better way to motivate this new generation by doing something positive, you know? Yeah.
You know, now if I had a twist your arm, do you have a favorite Arnold movie?
Terminator 2, of course. Terminator 2.
Terminator 2?
Yeah, they made Terminator 3, 4, 5, and 6, and I think even 7, but those movies are just trash. But I'm a big Terminator fan. My room looks something like this, but with Terminator stuff.
Okay.
Like I like to collect Terminator memorabilia. People don't know that about me, but I do have a Terminator in the back of my head.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I see that.
And that's because like
T9 or something like that. What was it?
T101.
T101 or something.
But you know, if you watch Terminator 2, he's like a father figure to John Connor, and that's what I feel like. I'm trying to be the best father figure for my kids, trying to be the best I can for them, and just keep be determined, just like the Terminator trying to save John Connor. You gotta be determined and try to save your goals, and no excuses. You know, you can't say I'm too tired or I'm too drunk. Like, you know, the Terminator will always get the job done. So that's how I feel like, you know, for us to stop giving ourselves excuses. We got to become this persona that we see online that, you know, that can motivate us. And that's what I'm trying to do, just trying to motivate people to, like I said, I'm gonna keep saying, if I could do it, you could do it too, you know?
Well, mine would probably be Predator 1.
Okay, that was a good movie.
I really, really like that. But Terminator 2, obviously, it's a dope ass fucking movie también. Big time. So it's Stallone fan. Obviously, Rockies and the Rambos and all the other movies también.
Yeah, I feel bad for you guys because they don't make movies like that no more, like at all. Like all these new movies, all these new remakes, and no, it's not that. We grew up with like real movies.
Yeah, being in the film industry, has there been a remake made that is better than the first one? Because there's a lot of remakes out there.
Not that I could think about.
Yeah.
They tried with Terminator. They tried with Rambo. I think they tried with RoboCop. And no, it's like, no, you just got to keep it original. Like,
Yes.
there's nothing better than the original.
You know what, everybody on the live chat, if you can think of a movie that was remade today, that was a remake of something in the past, and it's better, put it on the live chat and let us know, because I can't think of one. I've tried, and my thing is that if you look at the history of films, I don't think there's a remake that is better than the original. That's just my opinion. As far as comedy movies, are you a big fan of comedy movies?
Comedies? Yeah, I like the movie Lucha... what's that one? Lucha Libre? What's it called?
Nacho Libre.
Nacho Libre. Yeah, that's like one of my favorite comedy movies. It's so stupid and hilarious. Like, you can't even take it serious, And you know what's interesting about that movie? That one time, this Caucasian person asked me, like, you don't see how like stereotypical and how like how it portrays Mexicans as just being just dumb-witted and just being just who they were. And I never saw it like that. I think it's just, you just gotta see it as entertainment. It's just a movie. It's just funny. I think the movie is just hilarious. Of course, we're not like that, but that's one of my favorite comedies.
Yeah, you know what? That's a really, really good movie. I like movies también like Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, just Pet Detective. I like a lot of silly movies. Dumb and Dumber 1. That one was really, really good.
Yeah,
but then again, I was raised with a father that shared a lot of film with me as a young kid, mostly black and white movies. I never wanted to be an actor because I didn't think I could act. I never wanted to be a comedian because I didn't think I was that damn funny. But I like to act goofy sometimes. But one thing that I felt that I was a natural at was in the area of music. That's where I felt my strength was. So I stayed in my lane, Do you see actors, not that you try to discourage, but do you ever see actors that just want to do it just for the clout, not necessarily because they're actually good at acting?
For the clout, I mean, it depends on how you see it, because I do know a lot of people that do it. They don't need the money. They just want the bragging rights to say, oh, look, I was in this movie, I was in this. So there's a lot of people that do it for their own personal gain. But for clout, maybe that's something new, because before it wasn't that. I think for a lot of actors is what they're trying to do is show them how you can create an idea of a director and bring it to life. I think that's what we're all trying to do, is create that movie magic, But for somebody doing it for clout, like I wouldn't know about that.
Yeah, you know what? Because there's a lot of people that I've known throughout the years that I knew couldn't rap. But if you produce my music and you could give me a record deal, I think I can blow. Now, and I would say to myself, you don't need the money. Like, this guy has money. Like, what are you doing it for? Y un día se emborrachó, he got drunk and straight told me, I just want to be popular, man.
Yeah, I think we all I think we all think about that sometimes, but maybe it's not always what you expect, to be recognized. I think it comes with a lot of responsibility, because now you're in the public's eye and people are watching you, so you gotta be careful how you put yourself out there, because people will judge you for the littlest things, like the clothes you're wearing, your actions, what you're doing, what you're looking at, what you're up to. So yeah, my mind's kind of dozing off right now.
It's all good.
I think we need that break. What time is that break?
It's right now, as a matter of fact.
All right, we'll be back.
Okay, everybody. So once again, make sure you call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody, let them know that Scar's in the motherfucking building. And in the words of Arnold Schwarzenegger, we'll be back. And welcome back, everyone, to Roadium Radio episode 250. And we're going to go ahead and jump right back into it with the one and only Scar. How you doing, brother? You enjoying yourself?
Yeah, I'm good. It's a good weekend. I'm just trying to make the most of it. Use every second we got, make the best out of it,
Absolutely, man. You know what? Okay, look, I always like to recommend certain movies to certain people, well, to my audience, whether it's on Netflix, whether it's on Hulu, whether it's in the theater, or whether it's on Amazon Prime. Have you seen anything good lately that you can recommend?
Any good movies? No, they don't make the movies good how they used to. But I'm glad you caught that subject because I do have a movie I would like you guys to see. It's called Princess of the Row. Okay. And it's a really good movie. It talks about the homeless people and what they go through. Some of them go through PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder, maybe through family conflict or through people that came from war. And that movie, Princess of the Row, is a very good movie. It touches on that subject. And I'll make a little cameo, not just because I make a cameo, but it's a really good movie that a lot of people don't know about, and you should watch it. Princess of the Road, director Maximilian. I really recommend that movie. That movie's gonna have you crying at the end of the movie. I went to so many premieres. At the end of the movie, everybody's just crying, like people are just wailing. Like it's a very impactful movie, and I think some of us are a paycheck away from being homeless, or some of us have family that are homeless, like I do. Sometimes they get caught in drugs, and there's really no return from it sometimes. So if we got people using drugs or family members that are on drugs, we gotta do our best to support them, because if not, they're gonna end up either dead or homeless or in jail. But yeah, watch that movie Princess of the Row by director Maximilian.
And where can people watch this at?
You know what? It's so many streaming services out there right now. I think it's on HBO. It might be somewhere else. You could probably get it on those what are those magic sticks, fire sticks. Just look up.
Just look at the fire stick, huh?
Yeah, just get the fire stick.
Oh yeah, who doesn't have a fire stick?
Get it bootleg. It has a good message.
It's a good message to
when
get a
you
fire
watch
stick.
It, screenshot me.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Now let me answer this. This goes toward one of the questions that people wanted to ask, but at the same time, you kind of already touched on it. For the people that are just tuned in, maybe you can just kind of like go over it again. What inspired you to become an actor? I know you mentioned you liked Arnold, you wanted to be in movies, but I guess for me, when did you take that first step? Was it a neighbor? Was it a friend? Did you see an ad? Come try out. How did that begin for you?
I was working the graveyard shift. I'm a night owl, and I still am. I love staying up at night. And I was at work. I was a taxi dispatcher, and I saw my friend going through Craigslist, and I saw that they were looking for homies for a set. And he was like, look, they're looking for cholos. And I was like, oh, cool, like sign me up. So I just sent them a picture. And you know what, funny enough, I had a clip of this video footage that I have from being on the Jose Luis show. Mm-hmm. If you guys don't know about the Jose Luis Sin Censura, it's like the Jerry Springer in Spanish. I did that when I was 18 years old. I was trying to get tickets to watch the show, and they asked me if I want to be in the panel, and I was like, sure. And they told me like just make up a story, and I made up a story. But then what they didn't tell me was that the fights with the audience were gonna be real. So I'm saying I'm on stage, and then this guy runs up on me, and I'm not used to it. So I just start we start fighting. But then when we start fighting, I know something went in my head, and I still wanted to keep fighting. So I went around the security, and we started fighting some more. And then, it was pretty fun. I mean, it was just real, just being real. Like, it wasn't even, I wouldn't say acting, but portraying something that is real. Like, back in the days, I didn't like to be messed with. Like, anything would trigger me. But I did have that footage, and I was able to submit it to that casting that wanted me to be on the set. So, and just like that, it just everything just fell into place, And I mean, actor is a strong word. A lot of times, like, I really just portray myself. I'm just me being me, or what I used to be, and that's it pretty much. And so it's not really acting when you're being yourself, you know.
Now that Joselis one that we were talking about, did you have to like fill out? Did you have to get tickets to be on there? How did you get on there? Because that was one of my next questions.
Well, if people were ever grew up in that era of the Jose Luis show, at the end of every episode, there was a commercial saying, giving away tickets. And that's what I was trying to do. I was just trying to get a ticket to watch the show. And they told me to be on the panel, and that's it. Like, it was really fun. If you guys have seen that show, man, I'm kicking ass. Like, I couldn't help myself but, use that moment to just slam fools. Like, I was tossing chairs. I was doing the most, man. It's not one of my proudest moments, but
you had fun.
Oh yeah, I had lots of fun slamming chairs on people.
So you had said that they asked you make up a story. They asked you to make up a story on the fly, or what?
Yeah, it's called improv.
Okay.
And, you just pretty much go with it. Whatever comes out your mouth, so I guess I realized that I was a natural. And what you don't know is that on set, a lot of times they give you a script, but 9 times out of 10, they don't want you to say what's on the script. They want you to say it in your own words. And what you will say in that storyline, how would you say it? And sometimes it goes into a different direction. But that's the power of us being on set, that we can portray our raw emotions and show them what we're capable of.
Right, right. Now as far as other like talk shows, like for an example, let's just take like Maury Povich and Jerry Springer. I already know the answer to this, but I have to ask you for the public's sake. Are those shows real?
Nah, I mean, the fights are real for sure. When Jose Luis, the show was on, it was real. The fights, not the
okay.
Arguments. Maybe some of them were, I don't know, but in my case, it was just made up, and yeah, that's what. Like,
let me give an example, and it's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's very serious, and I saw it on Netflix. Do you remember? Oh God, it was a white lady. She was a host. She's not on there no more. It'll come to me, and I'll tell you who it was. But she was a white host, and she got this one dude, and this dude had a crush on a certain person. Okay, so they got a hold of this certain person, and they said, "Hey, you know what? Somebody has a secret crush on you. Would you like to come to the show and let us reveal to you your secret crush?" First of all, any talk show like that invites me, I'm not fucking going on. Okay, because you never know. It may be a fucking midget. It may be, you never know what the fuck it may be. So this dude goes on, and they said, "Here comes your crush," and it was his best friend. It was another dude. Now
that was the Jenny Jones case, right?
Jenny Jones, yeah. Okay, and what did that dude do to this guy after the show? He killed his ass. True story. He killed his ass. So that's why I asked, like, is it real? Did they calm down? Because
they just took us backstage, and they just put us with a group of people, and we just improv. They just told us, okay, she's gonna be cheating on you, and you're gonna be upset about it, and that's it. Just take it, take it. But you know what? One of my goals is to be on the Jerry Springer show.
Really?
I think I don't know. I always thought that I grew up watching the Jerry Springer show, and I always thought it was funny. I never really believed their stories were true, but I think it's good when you can make fun of yourself and not be made fun of. I'm not sure if that makes sense. Like, if you're there, like, it's not real, and you want to just put on a good show. I think that's what it's all about. Like, being creative and bringing like just a certain idea to reality. And
yeah,
I still want to be on the Jerry Springer show. I think that'd be really dope.
Now the Maury, you know how they say you are not the father.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that's real?
I think so. I mean, it seems real.
Yeah, I mean, because that's a lot.
It must be a pandemic of people not knowing who the father is, wherever they're from. Like, that's crazy. How does he keep that show open?
There was one girl, because I only watched it because my friend said, you got to watch this one. So this guy was not the father. So then the next episode, they brought in another guy, and he was not the father. So the third time, she didn't want to come back on.
Yeah, I stopped watching those shows, man. Those things will contaminate your mind. I stopped watching them. They're good, but no, I couldn't watch them. Okay.
So now you go to your first. Was it an audition that you went to for your first role as far as film, or was it a commercial? Can you shine a little bit of light on that?
For the Luis show?
No, after that.
Okay, so when I was working at Graveyard, and stumbled upon this gig, it was actually a pilot for an HBO show, which never aired. You see, a lot of times you guys don't know, but a lot of these projects are just passion projects or pilots that never really get to see the light of day, and then then the ones that you do is the ones that made it. So it's a lot of people trying to bring out their ideas to reality, and that's what we're here for, to help them make that dream come true with our presence on set. And what was he saying?
No, as far as when you submitted your Jose Luis
Yeah,
footage.
so it was just a pilot, so that's what it was. And it was dope to be on set for the first time in an actual set, because they paid really good, and you get to eat as much as you want. Like it was dope, like getting paid to hold fake guns, act like a gangster, getting stopped by the police. Man, it was so dope. I was like, hey, you know what? This is what I want to do, because they actually do judge me for how I look, and that's what gets me these roles. So it's how I look that's paying the bills. It's just me being me, that gets me in these roles.
Right. Okay, what I want to talk about is something that's a little controversial, I believe. Okay, especially when we're talking about Raza in the industry. Okay. For many years, I've been in the music industry. I was sharing with your buddy off camera. Since 1987, I've been in the music industry. I stopped around 2002. I got tired of it, okay, for personal reasons. Just tired of dealing with the if you will, the business side of it, okay? Not because I didn't really like music anymore. I got back into it in 2017, 2019. I started this podcast. But one thing that I have noticed is that just amongst our own people, our own raza, now whether you're Mexican, whether you're from Honduras, from Guatemala, from, El Salvador, it doesn't matter. One thing that I've noticed is that we truly hate on each other. And I have witnessed that coming from the whole Chicano rap game, because I produced a lot of them in the late 90s, okay? I worked with a lot of them, and I interviewed a lot of them, okay? And one thing is that we truly hate each other. I believe we are our own worst enemy. Why that is, I've never been able to put my finger on it. So now, coming from the music, I'm asking you being in the film industry, is there hate between Raza and Raza in the film industry?
I wish I could say no, and I wish I could downplay it, but it really is. It really is a lot of I wouldn't really call it hatred, but jealousy and envy. There's a lot of that in the industry, and I'm a not a victim, but I went through that. I'm still going through it. I think a lot of people caught off guard when I just jumped in the scene. I started coming out in viral videos. My videos were going viral. Every project that I was on was blowing up. I'm still part of dope projects that are blowing up. And a lot of people, for some reason, can't stand that, and you could feel the animosity in the industry, and I see it all the time. People don't support each other, or they team up against other people, and I feel like if you got to step over people to get to where you want to be at, I don't think it's gonna it's not a good look. It comes, all that negative energy comes back to you, but. To keep it short, there is a lot of hatred in the community against Chicanos against Chicanos.
I know a guy, which I will leave unnamed, that I don't know if he's listening, he'll know that I'm referring to him. This guy spent almost $1 million in the late 90s, and he put together one of the biggest rosters of all of Chicano rappers. Built a studio and everything. Much love to him for sharing this with me, and he actually shared this with us live here. And he said that one day he brought in a bigwig from Hollywood, pretty much. He was at Raza's Gabacho to check them out, listen to them. He didn't deny that there was talent there, but here's why he didn't want to work with them. He said because there's too much hate, there's too much animosity between them.
That's crazy. I believe it.
Yeah. So do you think that from the outside looking in, that there are people that look at Raza and say, why do these guys hate on each other?
I wouldn't know what another culture or another race is thinking about us, but at the end of the day, race shouldn't even be a word. It's just us being people and trying to create projects, or whether it's music or films. We need to stop that division. But again, going back to our own people, it is our own people holding us back. I witnessed it firsthand. I seen when I first started doing this, being in the entertainment industry, a lot of people kind of like left me, like didn't guide me, didn't support me. So I was able to create my own lane, and I created my own lane. So I don't have any competition because everybody's trying to get over here. I'm trying to go over there. Like I'm creating my own lane, my own world. And, so it just feels good. Like not just being dependent, not having to count on anybody. And I think a lot of people see that and they exclude me from, I see it. I see it a lot of times. They don't include me in a lot of projects, but them not including me helped me find my own way and do my own stuff. So they actually did me the favor.
Yeah,
and I don't feel any. I mean, I do. It does feel. It does suck. It does. You see it like, damn, like it would have been cool. We could have all worked together. But now since people want to act like that, it's on. It's on, and they burn their own bridges. So now like, it's me. It's the people that are involved in the industry that can mold and shape the way this thing is going. And I'm trying to cause unity. There's a lot of people out there portraying something that they're not, saying that they're here for everybody, trying to create unison and unity, but they're actually causing the opposite. Yeah, so you got to really pay attention to the people that you follow. You got to pay attention to what they say. Are they true to their words, or are they just, blowing their own whistle, talking a good one? And what I do is I lead by example, and my work speaks for itself. I kind of stopped posting on social media because, my work is everywhere. Whether you turn on your TV, you get on your phone, you're gonna see me regardless. I know you guys see me out there, and if you haven't yet, you're gonna see me more because I haven't even started yet. Like I feel like I haven't even stepped foot in this. Like I'm just seeing how it is, and then after this, I'm just gonna do what I came here to do and put my mark,
Yeah.
But it's because of the people acting so shady that kind of made me better actually. So people acting dumb that actually, close their own doors.
Yeah, okay, 1990, Kid Frost drops La Raza, okay? Big time street song, okay? And they're playing it on the radio. And he's got a major record deal, okay? I'm cruising going towards Lake where everybody cruises the park out there, and some of the homies are playing it. But here's the thing: they knew that I was involved in music, and they don't ask me, "What do you think about this song? Do you like this song? Do you think it's dope?" Here's what they asked me: "Hey, you're in the music industry. Where's this fool from?"
Oh man!
Like that was the number one thing, and I'm thinking to myself, you don't even ask me who produced this. You don't even ask me, do I think it's dope? Is it going to go anywhere?
Yeah, I get that question a lot. People always want to ask me where I'm from, but I come from a different time. When you ask somebody where they're from, it's because they're either in your neighborhood or because they're disrespecting you. Like, and it just that whole internet banging is just, it's not for me. Like if I'm in your neighborhood and I'm like set tripping or disrespecting you, then you could ask me that. But as far as people asking where they're from, like why do people want to hold that against you? Like whether you are from somewhere or not. Like I think, like he says in one of his songs, it's not where you're from, it's where you're at. So like if you got a personal problem, keep it personal. But the whole politics and neighborhood things don't have anything to do with a lot of times. But I think a lot of times people try to discredit you just because you're not from a hood, you know what I mean? And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and that's pretty much where it comes back down to. That I think not only does that happen to rappers, but I believe it also happens to Raza actors, if you will.
Yeah, you know, like before anything, I'm a man, I'm a father. I'm a businessman. I'm a lot of things, and I do have a past. And just because I don't talk about my past doesn't mean that I have one. Like I learned from my past, and now I'm trying to do the best I can from it. We can't, like I was saying earlier, we can't keep making the same mistakes.
Right.
So I'm trying to teach the youth a better way. But there's a lot of people my age still trying to promote that when we already lost too many family members. We already lost too many homies to keep going back in the same way.
To keep repeating the same cycle.
So like some of us, we got to grow out of it and just show the youth a better way. All these new generation gangsters, I'm not discrediting any of you guys, but make sure you guys take care of your family first. Make sure your mom is well taken care of, and then go out there and get killed do whatever you want to do, but first take care of the house, take care of your kids before you go out, change the diapers, leave some food in the refrigerator, because I noticed that there's no respect, there's no morals in the game no more. People are not respecting other people, and they're just running amok out here thinking it's cool to just destroy ourselves. But before, we had a thing called respect and being taking care of the family first, and then go out on the streets and take care of business, whether someone's disrespecting you. But nowadays, I don't know what way it's going, but we can't keep making the same mistakes. We got to show the youth a better way, and we got to do better than that, people.
And you know what? Not only are you confirming it that it happens in the film industry amongst Raza, but also, like I said, amongst the rap industry. And at the same time, I see it amongst Raza that is in comedy. I've been interviewing several comedians, and they pretty much have the same similar stories, bro. You know, same similar story. Like, for an example, say I'm an actor, and they say, hey, you know what about your boy, you know, Scar? Maybe you might want to bring him in. If I feel you're a threat, I probably won't help you. But if I'm your friend, hey man, you know, they're asking for you. Maybe you should come through. I'm that kind of person. But there's a lot of people in this industry that are like, oh, that fool won't come. He doesn't even show up on time.
Oh yeah, and it gets to my ears all the time. People are always telling me how they don't they exclude me. Like, I know it, and I hear it, and I see it, and I feel it. You know, I feel like people think that, oh, that's just Scar. He doesn't need any help. Like, and I help people, and then they end up helping other people that, you know, like, it's just like, it's like, I feel like a lot of people exclude me because they see me like, it's not that I'm doing so good. It's just that I'm always working. No matter what, I had 2 jobs yesterday. I had a job today. I decided to do this. But you see, I'm consistent with what I do. So it always seems like I'm always on top, but all it is hard work. And that's something people don't understand. The reason why I'm where I'm at is because it's all hard work. And a lot of people would want to be in the position that I'm at, getting the attention, getting the opportunities. But honestly, like, a lot of people wouldn't even know what to do with it, because I've seen a lot of people rise to fame, and the first thing they do is get with the first girl they see. Temptation falls in. They get lost. They get backtrack, and next thing you know, they fell off, and they're not continuing what they started off doing. So a lot of people you could get lost in this industry. You could lose yourself. I wake up every day feeling the pressure, but it's that pressure that motivates me to keep going. Like, you know, yeah.
Dope, man. I'm glad you're sharing that, bro, because I think I've never, unless you can help me out, but I've never seen an interview on you. And I did research you on YouTube, I found a lot of commercials, a lot of trailers that you did, a lot of, what do you call those, sizzle reels? You know, I found a lot of that on you, but do you do a lot of interviews?
Yeah, I done a few. They're there. Maybe not as often. I've done a few podcasts, but not as often. And you know, I was gonna ask to be on the show at one point when I was ready, and then when the opportunity came, I was like, well, let me just do it now. You know, I do have a lot to say, but a lot of times, you know, it's better not to say nothing. Just, you know, let the work speak for itself. That's why I'm not posting too much, because regardless whether you turn on your TV or your phone, like, you're gonna see me there. And I'm not saying like that to be cocky or any type of way. Like, you literally do see me everywhere. Like,
well, your work speaks for yourself.
Yeah, people tell me that all the time, and it's just what I do. But other people will do one thing, and then like I said, blow their own whistle for like acting like they're really doing something. But we got a long way to go. You know, we're living in the year 2022, and we still don't got a good movie out there for us that we can like use as an example what we can do. And that brings up the next point, or the next thing I want to talk about. There's a film coming out later this year. It's called Flaming Hot. It's about how the hot Cheeto got created. And it's a Disney movie directed by Eva Longoria. I'm in it. It's going to come out, man. It's going to be so dope. If you guys don't know about the story about the hot Cheeto, it's about a janitor that had this idea of making the Cheeto hot, and the way it transpired, like everything from beginning to the end, like how our culture is so much embedded in this hot Cheeto, the hot Cheeto that is pretty much everywhere in every menu now, in every store. You know, that's what we're capable of doing, and I can't wait for this movie to come out. I'm glad to be in this movie, and there's a lot of people I'm gonna keep it positive, but yeah, I'm so glad to be a part of this movie. You're gonna see this movie in theaters, on the Disney Channel, on ads everywhere. And
well, I'm glad you brought that up because David, Mr. Vegas, Concerts for You, giving him a plug. Much love to him because he's the one that connected us, and he's also going to connect me with this gentleman right here, the Hot Cheetos guy.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully, before the movie comes out, we get to interview him and eat some Hot Cheetos in front of him. Mm-hmm. So that'll be good. So now, you know what? Now let me ask you this. This is probably a question that I probably already know the answer for because I remember I used to get nervous when I used to teach in front of a lot of people. When they say action, do you ever still get nervous?
Yeah, I still get nervous. That's why they have takes, just to make sure you get it right. But I mean, most of the time they already like the first take or they like a lot of the takes because a lot of times you just gotta like get off reality and jump into actually another reality that I kind of put myself in a world where when I was younger and well, how would I look? What would I do in this situation? And yeah, it gets real sometimes. It gets.
Do you ever get a lot of people that confront you face to face and possibly try to like, hey, where are you from, man?
Yeah.
Do you ever get that?
Oh yeah, it happens all the time. Like, you know what I mean? This is how I look. Like, whether I'm out just grocery shopping or running errands, like I look like this all the time. So I'm always in different communities, but I try not to cross any boundaries. But yeah, I do get that a lot. A lot of times people do recognize me, and when they don't, I keep it respectful, and it's all good so far. It's been good. I walk with God, so I have nothing to fear, and I feel like when you walk with God, He takes care of you. So I've been pretty safe so far. I'm not trying to just, like I said, the homie said it's in Wilmington. We're in Wilmington today. I was like, I know better than to just be walking in these streets. You got to respect the neighborhoods and just stay. Don't try to bring any drama to yourself. But even sometimes it just happens. This is real. It's not like something I could just turn off, and as soon as I'm off from set, like everything's gonna be okay. No, a lot of times I get off from set and I wake up from like I go back to real life. Like I go from a set being a gang member to coming out still being that person, but now it's for real. Like if I get shot, I'm gonna get shot for real. It's not anything fake.
Yeah. And by the way, those are fireworks. You got a bunch of tweakers outside blasting fireworks. They're still celebrating their freedom. But anyways, really quick, I'm gonna ask you one more question before we go to commercial break, and then I want to touch on something when we come back. But my thing is this. Okay, I think that there are more net bangers than there are bangers on the street.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Now, net banging. Do you get a lot of net banging on your page?
Yeah, a lot. For some reason, people want to ask me where I'm from all the time, but like I said, that's something that you leave for the streets. I'm not here to answer any questions like that unless I'm disrespecting your neighborhood and I'm in front of you. Then we could. But I wouldn't. I'm just using that as an example. But
right.
If I'm not in front of you in the streets in your neighborhood, like, there's no reason why anybody should be net banging. And, I hate to say this, but a lot of times the norteños net bang on me, like, oh, like they start dissing like the south side and this and that. And I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, like first of all, I never even heard of you. Like, second of all, like, you guys are miles away, and then third of all, like, we don't even see each other in jail most of the time. Like, why would you even think that that's something a man or a gangbanger would do? Like I said, we come from two different generations, and it's not the same. There's like a gap there, and I grew up when people look like this, like big clothes, nice, iron, creased up, Cortez. That's what I grew up watching. That's what influenced me to be a gang member. Somebody that looked like that was respectable, looked like fucking like a badass. You know what I mean? And earn that respect, not just try to demand respect when you haven't even worked for it. So, like I said, we come from a whole different time. Even the cops, we were talking about it. Even the cops are different, because before the cops were just assholes. They would like pick me up and take me to another neighborhood, like, and just leave me there, like, just to be assholes. Or they'll pick me up and take me to the station and take pictures of me just doing illegal stuff. Like, it was on with the cops back then. But now these cops, they stop me and they're like, hey, I seen your YouTube videos, I seen your TikTok videos. I'm like, okay, cool. And honestly, it has been helping. And then it goes back to, it humbles me because it's showing people that I am, if the cops can see that we can do good, the kids of the future can see that you can't judge a book by its cover.
Well, only one time since I've been on social media, somebody asked me where I was from, and I just responded stupid. I just said, I'm not of this world. You wouldn't understand. Yeah, so that's it, bro. And that's why he left me alone. He goes, okay, this guy must be a fucking weirdo. So yeah. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break, and we're going to come right back. So once again, call somebody, text somebody. You guys know the rest. Cars in the motherfucking building. We'll be back, and I might start drinking, so don't fuck around. Go roll up that top ramen and that Modelo, and we'll be back. Welcome back, everyone, to Roadium Radio, episode 250. And you know what? Shit just got good, so we're going to go ahead and jump right back into it with the one and only Scar. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good right now. We just took a break. You know what I mean? I feel like the third eye just opened, you know. Feel clear-minded, you know.
Exactly. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and pour a little tequila shot, and then we're going to go ahead and get into one more controversial question. And I know a lot of people might get upset, but I have to ask. And I want to ask because I do believe that we should ask questions. We shouldn't just stay quiet. So there it is there.
So was this called Milagro?
Yes, Milagro. Somebody blessed me with it. I usually drink one called Espolón Blanco. That's what I like to drink. But before I take my sip, let's take a sip. Fuck it.
Cheers. You know, they say a shot a day keeps the doctor away.
You know, I believe that because I haven't been sick in over 7 years. So, So whenever you want to refill, let me know.
Ooh, I needed that.
Okay.
You know, I went to the market the other day. It was a Vallarta market, and they were giving samples of tequila. Man, it felt good in there. It was like happy hour at the market.
Hell yeah, we know how to party. So, hey, okay, really quick. This is something that somebody's not going to like, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about it because I do believe that this is what Hollywood has done to us. When, first of all, let me ask you, are you a fan of Chicano rap music?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Conejo, the rapper. He's like the Mexican Tupac to me, like, cause I love Tupac. But yeah, Conejo is definitely one of my favorite Chicano rappers.
Okay. Now, when we used to have record stores like Music Plus, Sam Goody's, The Warehouse, you know, Tower Records, and I want to say late 90s, early 2000s, we had rap music where you had EPMD, Wu-Tang Clan, NWA, etc. And then way at the corner you had Chicano rap. We had our own bin. You know, they just wouldn't put us with regular rap. They would just put us a Chicano rap. So if you want that, it's over there. That's pretty much how it was. And the reason why I know, because one of the most important people in this industry is a lady named Violet Brown. She used to order for all the warehouses in the U.S. And that was my friend. I've been knowing her since I've been 19 years old. So she would tell me what the warehouse idea was. Let's keep all the Chicano rap over here. Now, here's what I'm starting to see in the film industry, okay, whether it's in television or whether it's in movies. I think that Hollywood is doing the same thing with Raza. Every time I meet an actor, somebody that's of Raza descent, okay, here's what happens. What movies have you been in? Oh, I was, and I'm not trying to be sarcastic, I really am not. I was Cholo 1 or Cholo 2 in this movie. Okay, and it was always those roles. Now, if you're getting your money, get your money. I'm not trying to discourage anyone from making a living, feeding your family. I'm not trying to do that. But I see what Hollywood is doing. The next one would be, I was in The Tax Collector. Okay. And here's what the big one now. I'm in the Mayans. And it pretty much stops there. Once again, I encourage those people, if they're making the money, make their money. But why is it that we're only in those type of movies? What do you think?
Well, I think that Hollywood has that idea of us being that in that cultural way, but I mean, we all know that Hispanics are hard workers. We're innovators. We're again hard workers, and fuck, that shot got to me. But now, you know what? Look, we need to stop blaming Hollywood, and we need to create our own stories. That's what I'm trying to do, get the people involved. We got to start writing our own stories, try filming our stories, just try to, put our work out there, because if we keep expecting for someone to do it, no one's going to do it for us but us. So, like, besides me coming out and, like you said, Cholo 1 or Doug number 2, whatever, like, right. It's I'm gonna start directing a few projects, so it's not like we just gotta wait for the role. Sometimes we gotta make the role.
Absolutely.
So we gotta stop depending on Hollywood. It's already 2022, and we still don't got anything out there with our face on it. But I do believe in this project called Flaming Hot that's coming out later this year. I do believe that that's the one.
That
that's
can open doors.
It's gonna open the door, and we're gonna get 1 foot in. So once we're in, we're gonna show the world what we're capable of.
Right.
And it all starts with you.
You know, every so often, okay, I remember when I was a kid, there was a show called Chico and the Man, and had a Puerto Rican guy, had a Latino that I can relate to, okay? After that, it was, and this is not in order, there was the Paul Rodriguez show. Paul Rodriguez was on mainstream TV, the comedian. Then we had George Lopez. He had his own show. But it was only little pockets here and there where we got to see our people on TV.
You know? I remember Paul Rodriguez was the Pepsi man. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know about Paul Rodriguez, he's a comedian. And back in the days, he was like the Pepsi guy. It was like the funniest thing. But, I got to work with Paul Rodriguez one time in this movie called Shooter. And I'm like choking him. I'm grabbing him against the wall. And it's pretty cool because then the chasing happens. That's one of the
Did it feel good choking his ass?
No, but he told me, he was like, just choke me for real. I'm like, okay, okay, I'll do it. Like, if you watch the movie Shooter, it's a movie directed by Mario, one of the Wayans brothers. I'm not sure who it is.
Okay.
But he directed that movie Shooter. You see me making a cameo. But that's one of the projects that some people never even hear about, or they have seen it. But it's a lot of projects that I worked on. And I remember when I was on set with Paul Rodriguez, I told him that I saw a documentary that he did on the gangs of LA. And I remember one quote that got stuck with me. And then he came up to the gangsters, the gang members, and he was asking them questions like this neighborhood doesn't, like, how much do you own of this property in your neighborhood? And it was just people, just homies, like, realizing that, we're just losing. We're holding each other back.
Yeah.
And I told him how I remember that made a big impact on me, and that's when I realized, okay, it's been long enough. I've been the bad guy, and now it's time, like, to do something good. Like, these videos have made me realize that I don't always got to be the bad guy. Now I could be the good guy. Right. And that's what I'm trying to do. Just portray the reality. I'm not perfect, but I am trying to show the next, just people, just be a good example. That's it.
Right. Let me give you an example why I bring that up, okay?
I think we need a shot.
Hell yeah.
I need a milagro right now, because...
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let me give you an example why I brought that question up. I spoke to Danny De La Paz, and everybody knows him from Chuco, from Boulevard Nights, okay? I was supposed to interview him here, but he had to head back home, and I didn't get a chance to do that. But we had a long conversation, and Danny, I'm going to paraphrase what you said, and if I get it wrong, you can call me because you have my number. But here's what he said, that he had to retire from making movies. And the reason, he said it, and the reason why I did it, because they thought I was a one-trick pony. Those were his words. Okay. They wanted me to be Cholo in every damn movie. He says, and I have more tricks than that in my bag. He says, I'm an actor. He says, I just don't want to be American me. I just don't want to be Cholo 1, Cholo 2, and, somebody's father that went to prison. He goes, and that's all Hollywood wanted me to be. But I like what you said. Stop waiting for somebody to give you that opportunity. Start creating your own opportunities. And that's what you're doing. Okay?
Because, 9 times out of 10, they're going to keep giving us that role.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, the way I see it is like, okay, if I'm going to be that thug, that jail inmate, I'm going to be the best jail inmate. I'm going to be the best thug. So, like, sometimes you can, it's called typecast. That's what it's called. But they just pretty much put you in the same thing. But to me, I feel like I could be the best cholo, the best inmate, the best thug, the best bad guy. That's I mean, it might seem like something bad, but it's actually just doing something dope, man. Getting to live your dream, getting to shoot, like, of course, fake, but driving fucking all kind of crazy cars. I have driven so many classic cars, so many like new cars, like, just like, man, racing on quads against a Lamborghini. Like, man, like, this thing has taken me so far in places that I would never see, and all it took is just me stepping up to the plate. If we don't come up to the base and try to shoot our shot, we're not gonna
Right.
We're never gonna make it.
You're having fun and you're making money.
Yep, having lots of fun, man. I hate sometimes when I'm on set, like and they yell martini, which means the last shot. I'm like, fuck, like back to my reality, you know, because it's like you're in a whole different world when you're on set, you know what I mean? It's just, we're just trying to create a vision. And, you know, I know I'm talking a lot, but before I forget, I do want to tell you guys that I am working on a film called Hermanos Part 2. There's a Part 1 on YouTube. Right now it's at 19.1 million views since it came out, and I think that speaks a lot. That's just one of the things that we're capable of, and I feel like when I finish Part 2, I feel like it could be twice as big as Part 1.
Awesome.
And you're gonna see. I have a lot of faith that this project is gonna just show Hollywood what we're about, and it's gonna get real. It's gonna get real this year. You guys are gonna see what we can do, man. We got the Flaming Hot movie coming out, directed by Eva Longoria. It's a star-studded cast. I'm glad they thought highly of me and put me in their film. I was out in man, I could tell you so much, but you know what I mean? I'm gonna let the work speak for itself. But yeah, man,
Awesome.
I wanted to say that.
You know what? I'm glad you mentioned the word typecast, and I'll tell you why. I had Noel G here, and a lot of people know him from a lot of people know him from Fast and Furious and a lot of other movies that he's been in. So I asked him the Hector question because in 5 or 4 movies he was Hector. Okay, yeah. So I asked him, why always Hector? And he said this. Now think about the typecasting. He said Hollywood has 2 names for Latinos, Hector and Carlos. That's it. Mm-hmm. I mean, not even Pepe or Jose. You know what I'm saying? But Carlos and Hector. Now, can you imagine? And this is no disrespect, but I'm just trying to make a point here. Okay, no disrespect to my black brothers, but can you imagine if they had Tyrone and Harold as the only people that you could only be named those 2 in the movies? No, bro. You know what? That would be considered racism. Mm-hmm. But you notice that only Hector and Carlos to us, and we don't consider that.
Yeah, I see how that could be, seen. You know what? It's funny that you mentioned that because I just shot this film yesterday, where I'm walking in the house and we have a shootout. You know, some intruders, but then the kid next to me gets killed, and I'm chasing the bad guys, and the kid's name is Hector. And when they said that Hector, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna make an issue about it. That's the name they wanted. Okay, it'll be Hector. So I'm like Hector. Like,
yeah, okay, in real life,
I thought about that, and you're saying that was just yesterday.
Like in real life, bro. Okay, be honest. I think I only know one Hector.
Could you do it?
It's all good, bro. Take your time. In real life, I only know one Hector. Like, so.
That shit is strong.
Está bien.
Damn.
Tranquilo. So, all good, man. You got a chaser? If not, I could open up one of these, bro.
Yeah, I got the White Claw. Look, that's a chaser.
Oh, the White Claw. Okay, cool. That's real strong. Okay, now, yeah, bro. But how many Hectors do you know? Do you know a lot?
I know one. Actually, you know that's funny because I only. No, that's not his name. It's Noel, right? No, I don't know any Hectors. No,
See, that's why I don't know.
Because I don't know one Hector. Is anybody named here Hector?
No.
All right, so we no Hectors in the house. No, I don't know one Hector.
Yeah, but again, if in the black community, if we tell a black actor, you got to, Harold or Tyrone, homie, that's it. Fuck it, I'll be Tyrone again.
I think Tyrone means Sancho, and I think it's the black version of Sancho, right?
Really?
Tyrone.
Oh, I don't know. So educate me.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what they call it. Tyrone.
Okay. See, but that's what I'm saying. We shouldn't be settling for this shit. No. Let me give you a quick story. I want to say it was 2006. I was there with this very well-known rapper, multi-platinum artist rapper, was doing a documentary for it was a death row documentary back in 2006. These people were from Germany, and they were here filming them. I just happened to be there because I was DJing for this artist at the time. Okay, this guy kept looking at me, and he looked at me and goes, have you ever thought or considered getting face tattoos? Mm-hmm. And I said, why would I do that? I just asked him, first of all, because I didn't even like his white ass. I'll be honest with you. I said, why would I do that? And he said, oh, because we're doing a movie about a prison, and you could be this great gangster. That's what he said. I said, man, fuck you and your movie. that's exactly what I told him. I said, is that what you think of us? That every time you see us, that's what we have to be, is a fucking gangster in prison? And he kind of got startled because he didn't think I was going to talk to him like that. Mm-hmm. Maybe he's used to people saying, oh, yes, I'll do it. Fuck you. I don't need your fucking movie. You know? I mean, every time that I fucking look at a white man, do I think fucking cornbread and fucking meatloaf? No, I fucking don't. You know? But obviously, they stereotype us, bro. I'm not one to stay quiet. So I'm the wrong person if you're going to try to stereotype me. So, but yeah, he asked the wrong person that day. Y lo mandé a la verga.
Yeah, so. I feel that sometimes, you know, it does feel a little bit uncomfortable. There's sometimes when I go to set, they want to actually cover my tattoos, you know.
They do? Really?
Yeah, they cover my tattoos a lot. And a lot of times. And honestly, like, I feel like you booked me for this role because of how I look, but then you want to cover how I look, you know. It kind of, I don't know, honestly, like, I feel like a little bit, not discriminated, but like kind of like outcasted when okay. Hollywood, they take our tattoos out. But check this out, look, it's not even about the production or they're discriminating against that. You see, what a lot of people don't know is that there's a thing going on in Hollywood about tattoos, okay? So what happened was that Mike Tyson has a tattoo on his eye. It's like a tribal, like a moon going around his eye.
Yeah.
What Hollywood did is they made a production about, they used that same design on the second part of the movie, and the tattoo artist sued Hollywood, Universal Studios, for using that same tattoo design.
Really?
So ever since then, Hollywood is kind of blacklisted people with tattoos. So what you guys don't know is that a lot of times Hollywood discriminates against people with tattoos because they don't want to get sued because of the whole Mike Tyson incident.
Wow.
And you see, that's something that I got to deal with, you know, because we're not getting... now, it was already hard enough to get into Hollywood, but now that we got this new thing going on, it's even twice as hard for me to like keep going. But that's what it is, and that's what I gotta deal with. It's survival of the fittest. But if you guys don't know about the Mike Tyson tattoo case, he got the production used a tattoo design, and you know the question here and what you got to keep in mind is that this tattoo artist sued the company, and the company didn't know any better and just decided to settle out instead of fighting it. When I got my tattoo, the art belongs to me. I paid for a service and now it's mine. So you mean to tell me that the tattoo artist owns your artwork? So, you know, a lot of times when we got to come to set, we got to bring a release. But, you know, like a lot of people will probably do not know what the fuck I'm talking about. But what it is just discrimination of against people with tattoos. As silly as it sounds, it is. It's going on. We're not getting treated with respect. We got to cover our tattoos sometimes. And we all know we all got tattoos. It's a lot going on that you guys don't know. It's like Hollywood's trying to push this agenda against us. But, I mean, this is how they're trying to cover how we look. So, like I said, we just got to create our own projects and not let someone dictate to see us in a different light.
Yeah, yeah. You know, now let me answer this question, and I'm sure people probably just want to know, because we get people from Germany, we get people from New York, we get people from Kansas City, we get people from Portland, people from Texas, and maybe they just possibly hear it from you the first time tonight. As far as the name Scarred, how did that originate? Where did you get that name from, and why that name?
Man, I still remember when I got this the Scar nickname. You know, I was doing these videos called Cholos Try. That was on the Me Too network. It was going viral. It was just blowing up. Mm-hmm. This was huge. Like, it was just a few years ago. We were hitting like millions every video. But when they asked me on set, what do they call you? What do you want us to call you? And I was like, I thought about it, and I didn't want to give my hood name. You know, when I was in the hood, they used to call me Serio. You know, so that's just one thing that I'm revealing today. My hood name was Serio. And I didn't want to say that name, so I was like, just call me Scar. You know, and that name just got stuck with me. Like, my nickname was never Scar. You know, I felt like that was too cliche. Mm-hmm. You know, but then it just became a part of me. Like, when people call me by my real name, I'm like, what the fuck is that? My name is Scar. Like, that's who I identify as, like Scar. Like don't call me nothing else but Scar. Like, you know, we just gotta create ourselves. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't hide who you are. If you wanna you know, change your body, like by getting a tattoo, working out, or changing your hair color, like dressing a certain way, you just gotta be who you picture yourself to be. Because when I was a kid, I used to look up at gangbangers like that was the dopest thing. Like I have more respect for gangsters than for cops. So now to me for me to get paid for who I am, I get sponsored by the #1 clothing gangster company out there, FB County. Shout out to them. They're always providing me with the clothes on my back, everything, all the clothes I got is from them. And you know, I grew up wearing their clothes. Like back in the 90s, I got suspended from school because, you know, for wearing clothes like that, my clothes were too baggy, and I kept getting suspended. And now I actually get paid to be a model for the #1 clothing brand. Like, it's just a full circle, man. You just gotta believe in yourself. Yeah, believe in yourself, and you know, stop hating on your fellow man. Stop checking out your homeboy's girl. Like, you know, start helping each other out and focus. Stop being distracted and just stop being lazy. Stop procrastinating. Yeah. And it's time for us to start
moving forward.
Yep.
Now, you know, now let me ask you this, because you had mentioned that when people call you by your name, you're like, what the fuck is that? Call me Scar. Now, I don't know your relationship status, and that's private, but let's give the people a hypothetical scenario. Say you were in a relationship right now. Would you want your girl to call you by Scar or by your name?
Scar.
Okay. So when she says, I love you, Scar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just
that's just the way it is.
Yeah, that's just yeah, that's who I am, Scar, you know? You know, I got more stories, but I don't want to bore you guys, but man, I got stories, like, you know, but you know,
give
like,
us one.
Well, you know how I got my scar? It was my 31st birthday. Okay, and I realized, what am I gonna do? You know, you want to do something exciting for your birthday, and my first thought was like, let me go get a scar tattoo. Like, I always wanted it, like since I was a kid. Like, I always wanted this scar on my face. I don't know, I thought it was the coolest thing. So on my 31st birthday, I got this scar tattoo. Like, and it's funny enough that a week later I got fired from my job.
That's not a good thing.
You think it was a face tattoo? I don't know, maybe, but. You know, they got rid of me, but I fell into this industry, and then so I feel like I became who I am and became this persona on all these platforms where I get to represent something that that's real, man. Like the cholo culture it's its own like universe. Like, man, you don't even know. It's so people see it like
it's worldwide,
like,
man.
People see like being cholos as something like that's just out of this world. People wonder about what we you know we're thinking, and that's what we got to show. We got to show them that we came from a negative past, but we're doing positive things, man. We're out in the lowrider scene. You know, we showing people how to, like, you know, the style is still alive. It's more alive than ever, and it's to do something positive. And you know, I'm just blabbering, but you know, I hope you guys just get the message, man. We got to stop this. We got to just, you know, evolve already and stop like putting each other down and start what do you call it, helping each other out, man.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Encouraging and motivating each other. You know, and that's one thing that I love about this platform that me and my team have created, is that because we shine light when Hollywood is not going to shine light on a lot of actors, a lot of athletes, and a lot of rappers, a lot of singers, a lot of comedians that are Raza. You know, if you were to get an interview with like Pablo 106, if you were to get an interview with like A.DA, they'll probably give you maybe like a 5-minute interview, and that's about it, you know.
Oh yeah, that happened one time. I was on Par 106. And
how long did they give you?
Real quick. It was real quick, and then I felt like you know, I didn't get to make my point.
Yeah, like why did you even show up?
Yeah. It's like people try to support or try to show love, but then at the end, it's not really authentic. You know, just what you got to offer at the moment, and if they can use it to their advantage, they just like, okay, like whatever. Like, they don't take you seriously, because one time I remember I was in the, you know what, let me put it out there. Fuck it. I was on the Power 106 show with Big Boy, and he was interviewing, and you know, I was just by my pond, and he wanted to talk about my pond, my fish pond, when I wanted to talk about we're creating a unity march. You see, a lot of people don't know or might know that I'm an activist. I'm involved with my community, and we had a march with the Hispanics and the blacks, you know, because there was a lot of tension a few years ago with the pandemic. And so we decided, me and my team, we decided to get the black community on this side and the Hispanic community on this side. But I'm talking about thousands of black people on this side and like thousands of Hispanic people, and have them all synchronized meet in front of the city hall.
That's something big, bro.
Yeah, you know, and people don't know that it was me and a group of people that decided to make this happen, make this a reality. And I was involved there. I was there to organize this event. And what was my point?
You were talking to Big Boy, and he.
But you see what I mean. But people won't even acknowledge that or see that who was behind this master plan is. But the reason why we did it was to let people know that we can get along, and don't believe what you see on the media where blacks and Hispanics are not getting along. You know, we all grew up with each other, and we got to stop being fighting each other and start getting involved in our communities. Start making it give kids a safe zone to play where they won't get shot. You know what I mean? Give the community a peace of mind. That's what we're here for. That's why we're gangsters, because we're taking care of our communities. We're not letting infiltrators come and try to dictate how we're supposed to live. Like we can't let the cops come and intimidate us. We got to show them that we can do good, and whatever we got to do, we got to keep it on the low. You know, we can't be out there just destroying the community. We got to take care of our homes and our community, and that's it, you know.
Absolutely. So when you were on Power 106, and how much time did they give you to share that story?
It was real quick. But you know what, like I'm gonna keep it real, and you know, I do listen to Power 106, and I hear how they on every commercial break you hear them say, we're here supporting the like supporting the people. I don't know, they will say this commercial, it was like every time on the radio talking about they're helping the communities come together, but then at the same time they're promoting rap that's talking about doing drugs, about girls that are out here like acting a certain way like that they shouldn't. That's what they're promoting to our community, but at the same time they're saying they're trying to cause unity between the blacks and the browns, which is something that they never did. They never stepped foot on the field, you know what I mean? And all they did was, you know, they act like they're doing something. But that's why you got to start seeing, what are people just talking about it or being about it? Because I was out there in the streets putting my life on the line, like so people, like so my kids could grow up, you know, in a safe environment. You know what I mean? It was ready to pop off a few years ago, and I feel like anybody could have been like, oh yeah, well, let's go against the other race because they're hurting our people. But I felt like I had to get involved to keep myself protected, to keep my kids protected. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's why I got involved in activism. But I've been involved in my community like for years, ever since I was like a teenager. I'll see a helicopter in downtown. I know there was a march going on. You know, the thing about it is that we got to stand up and be ready for the fight. You know, like I think a lot of people are not, they just see marches like, whatever. But man, if you come out to these marches and enough people get in there, you feel the energy, you feel like, you feel the energy. You feel like you're being heard, and you just want to fucking start like, you know, like burning shit, breaking shit. And that's what we're there, man. If one pops it out, we got to have each other's back, because the cops see that the people not enough people show up. They don't really wanna. But man, I've been in so many marches where the people actually shove and push against the cops. They're out there like shooting us in bean bags, and people are holding umbrellas. Like, man, I've been out there, man. If you guys were to see this, man, it's so beautiful. But I feel like a lot of people are not getting involved.
Right. So what you're saying is that you're not promoting the violence part of it. You're promoting the unity part of it, of everybody coming together.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because I don't want nobody to try to get the negative message.
People like they want to be divided.
Right.
You know, we're crabs in the bucket. You know what I mean? We're just not helping each other out, and I think it's time to
come together.
Come together, man.
Absolutely. That's the message that we're trying to push. Other than that, Scar, you know, is there anything that I didn't ask you? Anything you want to promote? Anything you want to push? Anything you want to announce? If not, then let's go ahead and give your shout outs.
I mean, I think I said too much, if anything, but just want to give a shout out to Jimmy Lokes, always putting it down. You know, he's a promoter, or innovator, a friend, a colleague. You know, shout out to Compa, you know, and the good people here, you know, and for the homie that took his, man, it's a long story, man. It's been a long day, man. It's a bit, you know, it's been a beautiful day. You know, I got to meet a lot of people that I don't really would get to meet on a regular basis. I'm a homebody. I don't really come out, you know what I mean? If you want to show me a good time, you know, just take me hiking, take me, like if you want to get me to go out with you, you got to take me to go hiking or go to church or something like that. But to go clubbing, to go partying, I'm not going to waste my time with that. But you see, I'm a homebody. I don't really come out to, I don't really socialize. I like to keep to myself. But, you know, I forgot what my point was. You know, they've been giving me liquor. They've been giving me shots. You know,
no, you said you asked for refill, so I gave it to you.
I don't really drink, but today I feel like just, you know, letting loose a little bit. You know, I just hope you guys have a good weekend. You know what I mean? Just let's get it together, man. It's been too long. We got to start. You know what I mean? What we did on Cinco de Mayo at, you know, Puebla Piaxla, where we just celebrated that. And if you guys don't know, like, that's our history right there. We got to, you know, show the unity to come against the any power that's opposing us and not letting us be the people that we were here to be. So,
right.
All I gotta say is, I mean, know your history, don't repeat it, and it's time for us to start making history for the next generation to
absolutely
to look back on.
Absolutely. You know what? One last question, and then I'll give my shout outs. The tattoos on the side of your head, what inspired that and what is it for the people that may not know?
Man, I can't believe you asked me that, but you know, I used to have some little horns right here. They were like this small.
Like Diablo horns?
Yeah. Like, well, no, they were the same ones, but small.
Okay.
But then I got a cover up.
Okay.
And made them bigger. So it's like I became something, I actually wanted this tattoo since I was a kid.
Okay.
Like, it was nothing that I just thought about it. Let me just get some ram horns, some Capricorn horns on my head. Like, no, it just I knew since I was a kid that I wanted the scar. I knew since I was a kid that I wanted the
ram horns.
The ram horns. Like, I knew how I wanted to look. This is how I want to look. I'm not doing it to be on any roles on TV. I'm not doing it to pretend something that I'm not. This is who I am, and this is how I want to look. So you guys just gotta not hide who you are. Just be yourselves. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to promote, man. Like, just be yourselves. Like man, that's.
Well, you know what? That's how people know you, man. Because you know what? To a lot of people, those tattoos are iconic. That's how they recognize you. You know, so that's a good thing.
And it's so funny because I got these ram horns, but I'm a Capricorn, and it's like, okay, I guess, like, you know, it's it makes sense for me to just randomly get them. But I am very I do believe in the Zodiac signs. You know?
Okay.
I do believe, like, it's just so true. Like, you read it and it's so true. And I'm a Capricorn, and I feel like yeah, I'm really about that, like the whole spirituality side of ourselves. We got to get in touch with that, because that's what we're here for. We're here to learn who we are as people and evolutionize to the next step and try to see what just man, I'm just blabbering, you know. But
it's all good,
man, it's time for the future. The future is here, man. Let's catch up, man. Let's not get left behind. You know what I mean? We can't just be just the backbone. We got to be the brain and the head for this country and start showing them what we're all about.
Absolutely. Okay, at this time, I'm going to go ahead and give my shout-outs. And once again, I'm going to give a shout-out to my boy, Alex Cervantes Enterprise. And also, I want to give a shout-out to the Hip Hop Jedi. And also, I want to give a shout-out to Beast Gallons, who helped me promote this. And also, Norbert, who's on the live chat. Much love, much respect, and I also want to thank me. So other than that, other than that, me and my boy Anthony gonna get away tomorrow. We're gonna have a little mini vacation, so I'll be away for the next couple of days. But I'll see you guys here Wednesday. And Scar, I want to tell you, man, that it's been truly an honor and a pleasure to sit across from you and to talk with you and to chop it up with you and learn from you. Because that's what I've done today. I've learned from you, and I love your positive message. And I wish that people that have seen this interview can, if they hated on you, honestly, I hope that their minds have been changed, that you're a positive person and you're for the people, not against the people. And I think that's the message that you got across today. And I think people should support you. You know, so once again, thank you for being here, man. And I also want to give a shout out to my boy, Mr. Vegas, Concerts for You. Okay. So the Hot Cheetos movie, hopefully the Hot Cheetos guy will be here soon. And I'm also working on Danny Trejo being here soon. So I got one more of his artists to interview, and hopefully he's next, because I got a lot of questions from Machete. So other than that, much love, much respect. I'll see you guys here Wednesday, and we out of here. And probably drinking with the Wizard on Thursday, but Wednesday we'll be back. Alex, take us away.
You got it